Hi there, this is Gary MacDougall here, and I want to talk today about solutions on this planet. Solutions on the planet. And I think solutions have to start in our minds, have to start in our bodies, have to start in our souls. So I want to talk about that today. First, I want to talk about the big milestones in my life. Today, 8 years ago, I became a father for the first time. So my son's 8 today, and super excited. Woke up 5 something this morning. Dad, I'm really excited. Let's go see what gifts I got. My wife and I hid some gifts around the house. He's super pumped, and grumpy old guy in me is like, we got him this hockey stick. Okay, when we used to play hockey, road hockey or floor hockey as a kid, we used to get those $2 blades from Canadian Tire, and nowadays these kids, the kids they all want these waffle sticks, with these waffle blades on them. So we got him one of these sticks. We held out. We're one of the last parents, and these sticks cost $50. So he got one, and he's so like me. He's so like me. Like when I was a kid, I'd ask for all these things for my mom, and she'd get them. She'd get me skis for Christmas, and be like, yes, but they were the wrong color. Oh, but I want the other one. He saw it. It's like, oh, you got me Henry's stick, but I want the white one. I'm like, no problem. Like, I know him because he's just like me. He gets what he wants, but maybe not. But it has to be a certain color, a certain way. So I'm going to take the yellow stick and the black stick back today and get him a white one. So he's 8. The other big cycle, 20 years ago, 2 days ago, I moved to Victoria. I left my crazy world behind in Dartmouth. And Dartmouth is getting so much love these days. Like everywhere I go, people know about Dartmouth. They have great coffee shops and great culture, and there's a revitalization downtown. I'm like, really? I gotta go back. I haven't been there in 7.5 years. So props to Dartmouth, and 20 years I've been here, and lots of healing. And what I realize is healing never stops. If I look back at the videos I've made, I realize that a lot of anger has come up, a lot of fear, and I see it in the macro. When I say the macro, I see out there in the world. And I have to remember, and a friend reminded me of this, and so grateful for friends, though so grateful for like speaking the truth and what I really see, because what I really see might just be something that I need to heal in myself and stop focusing so much out there and look at the micro. Like, where does that pain come from? Where does that anger come from? It was Einstein that said, he had said a quote that the problems that are created in the world will not be solved by the same levels that created them. And what I think he meant, he was really into consciousness and spirituality and growth and ascension. I don't know what he would have called it, but that's what I'd call it, like spiritual growth. And if there's problems in the world, and like, with the law of attraction, if you're really focused on a problem, if you're really vibrating like anger, vibrating fear, you're going to start attracting all these things that are gonna speak to your fear, speak to your anger. So I've been doing this. So what I realized is I had to stop, take some deep breaths, and really look at my life, or reflect back in my subconscious, reflect back in my life, like where was like the man, or like a father figure, like really pissing me off or really scaring me. And if I fight back, is that going to be a good part of it? Is that going to be a solution? It's good to be aware, but to fight back, is that really going to be a solution? To get angry, is that really going to create more peace in this world, to create more love in this world? Is it really going to solve a problem? So really focusing on like win-win situations, really focusing first is like reflecting on that anger, reflecting on that fear, and just getting it out. Going for a car ride, putting on a sad song, putting on an angry song, and just getting the crazies out. Or talking to a friend and just getting the crazies out. Getting that sad out, get that hurt out, get that anger out, get that fear out. And not acting from those places, but just taking that time to go inwards and just get it out. Taking lots of deep breaths. And yeah, I think what's really helped me too is that I've really simplified my diet, really just lightened up on food and eating healthier alternatives. I've talked about sexuality. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Not right now anyway. But really just bringing that energy up through yoga, through feeling, and bringing you up to a higher place to see how can I be how can I be a part of the solution? How can my actions help me win, but how can they help others win? So being of service. I think of law of attraction. I think of how when we first got into the law of attraction, it was when my son was born. My wife she wanted to be a mom, and she wanted to stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom. And we've done that. She's done that for 8 years now, and it's been amazing. No pressure on me. But what I did was, at the time I was working a job, and I wanted to make more money, but still be of service, do something really meaningful, something really loving, and something of service to this to the world where I could make more money. So that was our goal. And we did it. Like I got contracts with the government. I was making 3 times more the amount of money. She was able to stay at home. We lived this great lifestyle. But that was, some of that was born of the mind, and I realized that there can be like a sacred spiritual law of attraction where we like surrender ourselves, surrender our spirits to the highest good, and still live with prosperity. But does prosperity have to mean like $1 billion, $1 trillion in the bank, or can it just be like trusting that if I offer myself up there, if I heal my spirit first, get that anger out, get that fear, get that sadness, become whole, become loving, become attractive, and trust that that is going to be enough, that if I follow my path, follow my bliss, if I follow my bliss, that things are going to work out. I think I know there's a lot of people healing out there right now. There are a lot of people, one not knowing where the money's going to come from, but it's in a place of trust. This is how it's worked for me. When I trust that it works, in the mind, in the rational mind, the egoic mind, the small mind, it's like there's no way. And as soon as you go, there's no way, or it's not going to happen, it doesn't happen. But when you stay faithful, not to like a God of being out there, but you stay faithful inside so that your vibration is loving and it's trusting and it's free of fear and anger and this, low vibrational stuff. And you bring that vibration up. That the trust and the love and all the good stuff, gratitude, forgiveness, forgiving people that have maybe hurt you or pissed you off, and just letting go of the negative stuff and getting into that good, positive place and offering yourself in service, that opportunities start arising, that doors start opening. Cycles. So 20 years I've been here, 20 years of healing, and it's still going on. And there's always new levels. There's all new, there's been times in my life, I remember going to acupuncture. It's like, why am I coming to see you? I'm good. My life is good. And she's like, there's always new levels. I'm like, I'm at a great level. I have a great life. My wife's at home. I love her. We had our problems, but we're growing through them. And it's getting a lot better. But it's like, why am I going for help? It's because there's always levels. So I know this now. It's like my 3rd or 4th time around this wheel of like awakening, hearing that call from God, going to a next level. And it can look crazy to some people, but just trusting in God, trusting in the higher self, trusting in the angels, trusting in the earth, in the spirit, and that energy within you, within me, just trusting in that it's going to work out. So cycles. We're at a big cycle right now. 2 years ago, I had one of the biggest awakenings in my life where I felt like, and this, I got to be honest about this, like I've been into spirituality and healing for so long, but for so long in my life, I'd never really felt like my heart was open. I always felt like there was hurt inside or sad inside, all this stuff. But 2 years ago, through healing a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, I felt this heart opening and this love, as if God was like sending his love directly, speaking directly to me. And it was the most beautiful heart opening and heart expansion I've ever felt. I was remembering that recently, and I was thinking about that. And there again, law of attraction. I'm thinking about it. I'm feeling it. And then, I was watching this channel, or was talking about love or something, and how that it's happening again now. There's like this second wave of this love coming through. It came through December 2012. It's coming again. It's December 2014 now. It's coming again. So just feeling like allowing that love to come up, just accepting all that anger, sadness, fear, whatever comes up, and just not acting on it, making sure that we're not yelling at our spouse, or not going out there and stop raging against the machine. Getting the rage out, getting the fear out, getting the sadness, getting aligned with your soul, with love and with joy, and bringing that out there. So that's my goal. And I'm reading, on a final note, I've been reading this book, Light of Egypt. And it talks about how Egyptians were into the stars, and how they were really into the earth and the stars, and love. And because they were in a place of love, they could really bring that into their community. So much love, for all people, so everybody could thrive, everybody could benefit. And I don't know if Egyptians were billionaires, but it sounded really good. I've talked a lot about that. But I still think like the more each of us heals, the better this world's going to be. And if we're going to find a solution to wars, if we're going to find a solution to greed, any of that, is we have to be a part of the solution first, and then just allow God or the angels or love to guide us at how we're going to be a part of that solution. totally stuttered right there. How am I going to be a part of that solution? I'm going to be a part of the solution, and I hope you're going to be a part of the solution. And I hope, like, there's this mass awakening going on right now. Millions, billions, everybody's receiving light. So my prayer is that as many people can wake up right now as possible to make this world a better place. That even like, and so much, and the other thing is just like, everybody has their own path, and I can respect it. But I'm going to pray for everybody, and I'm going to ask the light to be received by everybody, because I feel like the more people that wake up, the better world this is going to be. And also sending so much light to the dark side, so much light to where I see destruction, where I see, harmful things happening to the environment, and just sending those people love, because you never know, either they're going to change or I'm going to change, because I don't want to be afraid of them. I got to speak up. I don't want to be aggressive, but I don't want to be passive. I don't want to be aggressive and try to fight it. I don't want to be passive and just like be the Cancer self that I am. I'm a Cancer sign, and I can be a crab and just hide away in my shell. I want to just come from the heart, take that center path, assertive path, and just send out love there, and hope that hope for the best, but also make as much change as I can. So that's all I got. So much love to you. Rock it.